chase. Hey, I like a bad doctor, I ain't got no patience. Listen, chasing all this paper, chasing. I'm like a bad doctor, I ain't got no patience. I'm gon' work for months, I won't take vacation. Chasing all this paper, chasing. Chasing all this paper, chasing. I'm like a bad doctor, I ain't got no patience. I'm gon' work for months, I won't take vacation. Cause I'm chasing all this paper, chasing.
I don't care about them others. We come from nothing, they was never with us. Tell Kai I love it if they ever get us out of town, pumping with 11. You want this Cuban, you would never get it. Couple $100,000, I'll never spend it. Sneak this and I was never with it. I got money coming, I ain't never tripping. Fergie, your boy on a paper chasing. All of these diamonds, they look like a lake, and I'm mixing Margiela with bathing Navy. I put in the Gatorade. I walk in the club and the stop. Can't pronounce what I pulled out the car lot. Emotional be all in they feelings, just killing they hit a soft spot. In the jungle, I got Tiger in me. Fake pages, you cannot offend me. Jumping out of form from without a penny. Had a now model with me. I go to live on a Sunday, using feature money for the. I'm driving down a one way since I got it. Think her one case, east side.
Chasing all this paper, chasing. I'm like a bad doctor, I ain't got no patience. I'm gon' work for months, I won't take vacation. Chasing all this paper, chasing. Chasing all this paper, chasing. I'm like a bad doctor, I ain't got no patience. I'm gon' work for months, I won't take vacation. Cause I'm chasing all this paper, chasing all this paper, chasing. I'ma work for months, all this money making on your lady while you. Me and David East finna rule a nation. Money smile like a uncle used to pitch the water, gotta meet his quota. I was younger, colder waters, now my diamonds colder than a Minnesota. I don't even call her. Buy Louis, I don't even spoil her. Short, but my money taller. My flow is hotter than a sauna. Live in Harlem like a. Dennis put a diamond with a two-fist. White and black clueless. Montel Will, how we do this? Chasing all this paper, chasing. I'm like a bad doctor, I ain't got no patience. I'm gon' work for months, I won't take vacation. Chasing all this paper, chasing. Chasing all this paper, chasing. I'm like a bad doctor, I ain't got no patience. I'm gon' work for months, I won't take vacation. Cause I'm chasing all this paper, chasing.
brain, she a killer. Big brown, for your dinner. Black leather, got my looking bigger. Hey, on the salary, rain on the see, I don't know another that can do it. If you find her, tell her she already losing. Rich Donners in my set. Even DJ Khaled told me I'm the best. My brother told me go and let them copy. Let them try, use your image as a hobby. He told me sis, you ain't never gotta worry. Even if you show them how to do it, they gon' do it properly. Hey, cause they ain't the real thing. Really know they ain't the real thing. Even know they ain't the real thing. That's why they all up on my phone trying to give me everything. They trying to find a plug and call it Nemo. But when they find the plug, they call that chick Machino. Hey, all I rock is that Machino. Diamonds on my body weighing kilos. Diamonds in my rollie, diamonds in my rollie. 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 Diamonds on my body weighing kilos. All these diamonds on my body weighing kilos. Diamonds on my body weighing kilos. Too good to break. Diamonds on my body weighing kilos. All these diamonds on my body weighing kilos. Diamonds on my body weighing kilos. Too good to break. Too good to break. Too good to break. Too good to break. That is too good to break.
Like millions of other kids, you dreamed of one day being in the NBA. You wanted to be a star. And someday, to rise above and become the greatest to ever play. You dreamed of being the one. But the road to stardom is never easy. There are obstacles, injuries, and disappointments. Adversity is universal. It can happen to anyone at any time. And one day, it happened to you. You went from being a guaranteed lottery pick to a kid who may never even play college ball again.
Now, look, it's always bad to hear about injuries, especially to college kids, of course.
Yeah.
But Stephen A. Smith, this one is particularly disheartening because we are 2 weeks into the season and one of the top NBA prospects in the country goes down potentially with a season-ending injury, a knee injury. That's a killer.
I couldn't agree more. When I heard he was carried off the floor today, all you can do is find yourself hoping that he'll make it back. That's the bottom line. But my heart goes out to him because I didn't expect this. This is a devastating injury. It's never good to have something like this happen to you.
The team doctor broke the news. Torn ACL, sprained MCL, and a torn meniscus. Surgery was scheduled, but your game will likely never be the same. At the 2016 NBA draft, your name is still mentioned. Not as a prospect, but as a cautionary tale.
Now, there's another huge story in this year's draft. A record number of underclassmen, 30 of them, undrafted. And I hope, anyway, that this is a lesson, this serves as an example to college players. I'm not talking about the ones who are genuinely one and dones, the guys you know are going to be lottery picks. I mean the rest of them. They're not sure shots. You're not sure they're going to be lottery picks. Don't just use the college system for a year thinking you're going to bounce. It doesn't work like that. If you don't have the talent, it doesn't work. You got to be cultivated in the system.
Please. There you go again with your blanket generalizations. You know how you are, oh, Max. The war is me. Oh, my Lord. I can't take it. I just can't take it. It's a case-by-case basis. You can't just blanketly decide this should not be one and dones or this should be one and dones. You got to go on a case-by-case basis. Some dudes deserve to be one and dones. Some people don't. It's on a case-by-case basis.
And that is my point. Thank you for making it for me. Every kid thinks they're the exception to the rule. And members of the media like, Stephen A. Smith, are encouraging these kids to come out early.
Look, Max, Bottom line is this. You got to take this into consideration. You had two dudes. They were called the Height brothers. Now, you had Nick Howard. This kid had a lot of promise. What does he do? He goes to college. Very uneventful first year, no doubt. The second year, he was pretty good. Here's the problem. The NBA, it's not about pretty good. You need to be great on the collegiate level, on the prep level, in summer leagues and what have you, in order for you to get the stature that you deserve. That's the bottom line. Pretty good ain't good enough to be that stud NBA.
That's exactly my point.
Let me finish. There's another example. I did say the Hype brothers. I wasn't talking about one individual. I was talking about two. What happens? One and done in a different way. 1 year, one ACL injury later, and look where he's at now. His future is clearly uncertain. So you got to take advantage of that opportunity because you never know when an injury is going to cost you everything.
Stephen A., listen to yourself. Let's listen to yourself for a second. You give one argument for why a kid should come out early, a one-and-done situation. I can give you 30 arguments this morning alone why they should stay in school. And now you have to wonder what a kid like Nick Howard, who has given up his college eligibility, does next. What does he do next?
First of all, don't sweat the technique. The argument, or one argument, as long as it's strong enough, that's all that matters. That's number one. Number two, the Hype brothers was something special. What they really, really need to do. I'm going to tell you what they need to do, Max. They need to get back to playing together. My sources are telling me the ACL injury has been completely healed. So go on a pro-am circuit. Go in summer leagues. Do what you got to do to get back on the court together to remind everybody of what you once were. Because once you pull that off, the sky's the limit. That's what they need to do. Get back to playing ball together, because when people see what you can do as one, the other arguments don't really matter. Like I said, don't sweat the technique.
Major impact, YOX moving, I made your head crack. We all over the place, my new name is now when you get back. JL don't stand for John Lee, short for jet lag. Bag weighed by 60 pounds, old clothes on the left. Marking the Buick back where we left at. Grab a couple, flush and then rush down the left rack. I don't care what the next step. That's what you care what the 3 bottles in the check fat. Underground king, money coming in like a Bun B. You're doing your thing when you see 4 seasons in 1 week. You know you want a streak when the rest weak, but you keep. Shot a video last week in the streets of East Village. Scold young as the pass. The I don't give a mental will only get you caught fast. You have to be on point, especially when you rock the Yox mask. Represent that next level. You must have forgot that.
I'm the moment they finally show you the monster's face. You're not gonna wanna miss this. This is neither the time or the place for convincing. This is win-wins. Reinvented the methods we've been this since clicking ink in the kid pics and getting my kick for sticking up at the big kids. What a lesson. I wasn't meant to be nothing but upper level. Everything up in the level of thinking. Ever since 7 rings, never predicted surviving in any conditions. An ox can roam around and keep going for any distance. So Yox can go on tour and then tour again in a blink, and make an album in the winter, then tour again till it's Christmas. This is what you wanted, right? That 9-5 sound, and you astounded, cause now you found some guys who finally done it right. We got a name that you'll be hearing a lot. Now welcome to the decade of the year of the ox.
Yo, people gonna talk, I don't care, so I let them carry on. We about to be in the air, me and Jay are carrying the carry on.
Drinking a Perrier, reclining a chair, and we already off. Why your hand in the air?
Cause I need them every on.
Your attitude gets shifted when your altitude gets lifted.
They ain't mad at you cause you gifted, they just mad they haven't did. It's a different kind of when they shouted lines as you kick it.
And it's a different type of fly when you know your rhymes bought the ticket.
Stay flying.
International demand for the yachts.
Landed in Canada, still got Hawaiian sand in my socks.
Still got them standing in shock, still can't manage to walk.
A still picture couldn't capture just how bananas it got.
About as nutty as Buddy Love from the Nutty Professor was, without a to give about the damage it brought.
And without a to give about what anyone knows, things are going where we said it would go. That's why you're wet.
stumbling. Yeah, you could copy paste me, but you cannot replace me. It's not creative, yeah, so we is not related. Whole squad feeling godly lately. Yeah, my God, that's how mommy raised me. Yeah, they tryna violate me, tryna beat the king like babe, yeah. You could copy paste me, but you cannot replace me. This flow cool, yeah, probably, maybe. I'm shining, I'm raining, they tryna shade them. And y'all constantly, and mine probably need training. I'm obviously obligated, but the flow's got Nas, even nauseated, yeah. Yeah, see me in the city, say what's up, yeah. Everybody know I'm showing love, yeah. Same time I be showing love, yeah. I do what I want, whatever I want. I want to one, I want to one, yeah. I want to one, I want to one, yeah. I look around, I'm the only one, yeah. I want to one, said I want to one, yeah. I want to one.
You got this star quality, bro, and I don't mean that on no opposition. You can light the rap game on fire.
You could copy paste me, yeah, but you cannot replace me. These number twos keep trying to trace me. I swear these number twos keep trying to erase me. I'm blowing up, so they trying to deflate me in the field. If they filthy, so me to compensate me. I already tried college, baby. It was like modern slavery, they cannot contain me. I'm one-on-one and I do what I want. All these one-hit wonders make me wanna wonder. And what a shame I spend a ton of money not a cop, but I be copping undercover. These things think they up to something when it's said and done. They undiscovered up and comers. I want them hundreds in abundance, honey. Unless you Wonder Woman, I don't want a woman. I never won, it made me wonder why. Been at the bottom like an underline. Today my mama cried a dozen times. My little cousin might another crime. But who am I to say was right or wrong? I live my life and then I write a song. I could've put my pain in styrofoam. Instead I poured it in a microphone. Yeah, see me in the city, say what's up. Yeah. Everybody know I'm showing love. Yeah. Same time I be showing love. Yeah. I do what I want, whatever I want. I want to one. I want to one. Yeah. I want to one. I want to one. Yeah. I look around, I'm the only one. I want to one. Said I want to one. Yeah. I want to one. I do what I want, whatever I want. Yeah. I say what I want, I will what I want. Yeah. I know what I want. It's a number 9. Yeah. Trying to leave them traumatized. Yeah. This ain't traumatized, this is modern life. Yeah. There's no camouflage, you cannot disguise. Yeah. Boy, I've been the truth, never been the truth. Yeah. Rather been the block in the Bentley cool. Yeah.
Back and forth, like, don't know what you asking for, but just back and forth, like, but this your man still back at home, he ain't that important, like, you ain't really seen it like that before, not like that before, you like, when you put it like that, you right, if you think you got it like that, when I act like that, alright, I'm about to have to backtrack, back on that, you right. Already know what you want, so why you keep hitting my phone? Thought you was with it before, just wait till I get in my zone. Stop all the silly talk, Marvin told me never. Certain things to start to pick up on. You cannot trick me, the jig is up. Never know, just like, evidently you don't. No, the boy ain't no chump. Real leader don't say nothing. I'ma roll up. Then I post up like dumb. When you not gon' give up, keep it real, girl, quit front. When you put it like that, like that, like that, like that, you right. If you think you got it like that, when I act like that, alright. I'm about to have to backtrack, back on fact. You right, you right, you right, you right, you right, yeah.
Never ever give a the clue what you really trying to get into. Both the friends wanna come with me. Good things always coming through. You got you walk out the door, you show me what that in for. Not trying to mess up the vibe, but you got a cool in the vibe. Say that she feelin' my aura, but never been with a hitter from Aurora. Cause she is Salvadorian. Guess like she worked us before. Everything going accordingly until she started playing too important. I couldn't do nothing for her. Before shorty left out the door, she said.
When you put it like that, like that, like that, like that, you right. If you think you got it like that, when I act like that, alright. I'm about to have to backtrack, back on fact. You right, you right, you right, you right, yeah. When you put it like that, like that, like that, like that, you right. If you think you got it like that, when I act like that, alright. I'm about to have to backtrack, back on fact. You right, you right, you right, you right, you right, yeah.
This is New York City, the mecca of basketball. The original Rucker League began here in 1947. 9 years later, the tournament found a permanent home uptown at PS 156 Playground. Those early Rucker days showcased talents like Lou Alcindor, Wilt the Stilt, and Earl the Pearl. It's also where Julius Erving became the Doctor. In 1974, the park was respectfully renamed Holcomb Rucker Park in honor of the tournament founder. Now, many have influenced the growth of the Rucker since, but none more heavily than the late great Greg Marius, founder of the EBC. Many would argue that the Ruck is the birthplace of true street ball and the crossover dribble. Considering New York City's penchant for flashy guard play, there are few who can challenge that. After the legendary exploits of Rucker alumni like Rod Strickland, Rafer Alston, and Kyrie Irving, it goes without saying that getting crossed up or banged on can happen to anybody at any given moment here. It's no wonder that this unassuming uptown playground has become the most widely recognized street ball court in the world. Rucker Park, Harlem.
thought you